Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I would like to explain one of the basic topics in English grammar, which is word classes. For this presentation, I created a learning media using Canva and Microsoft PowerPoint to make the lesson more interesting, interactive, and easier to understand. I hope this learning media can help students enjoy the learning process while understanding the material better. Okay, so word classes are very important because they help us understand the function of every word in the sentence. If we know the function of a word, it will be much easier for us to make correct English sentences. And before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Nayla Azahra, Aksal with student number 202412500010. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, let's take a look at today's learning objectives. After today's lesson, you should be able to identify nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs correctly, and you should also be able to classify words based on their word class. Hopefully, after this material, all of you will understand the difference between these four word classes. Now, let's start with the basic question. What is word class? A word class, also known as a part of speech, is a category used to group words based on their grammatical function and how they are used in a sentence. In simple words, every word has a job. Some words name people or things, some words show actions, some words describe nouns, and some words explain how an action happens. Today, we will only focus on the four most common word classes: noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. Let's discuss them one by one. First, let's talk about nouns. A noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. To make it easier to understand, let's look at these examples. The first example is teacher. Teacher is a noun because it names a person. The second example is Jakarta. Jakarta is a noun because it names a place. The third example is computer. Computer is a noun because it names a thing. And finally, the last example is love. Love is also a noun because it names an idea or a feeling. Now let's see how these nouns are used in a complete sentence. For the first sentence, we have the teacher is kind. Here, the teacher is the noun because it names a person. The second sentence is Jakarta is the capital city. In this sentence, Jakarta is the noun because it names a place. Moving on the third sentence, this computer is easy to use. The word computer is the noun because it names a thing. And finally, love brings happiness. The word love is the noun because it names an idea. So we can conclude that nouns are words used to name people, places, things, or ideas. Now let's continue to the second word class. The second word class is a verb. A verb is a word that expresses an action, an occurrence, or a state of being. Without a verb, a sentence usually feels incomplete because the verb tells us what happens. Let's look at the examples. The first example is eat. It shows the action of eating. The second example is run. It tells us about the action of running. The third example is sleep. This verb describes the action of sleeping. And finally, the last example is study. Study means the action of learning. Now, let's see these verbs in sentences. For the first sentence, he eats breakfast. The verb is eats because it tells us what he does. The second sentence is she runs very fast. The verb is runs. The third sentence says the baby sleeps. Here, sleeps is the verb. And finally, she studies English. The word studies is the verb because it shows the action. And as you can see, every sentence needs a verb because the verb is the heart of the sentence. Now, let's move on to the third word class, which is adjective. An adjective is a word that describes or gives more information about a noun or pronoun. Let's look at the examples. The first example is beautiful, the second example is small, the third example is expensive, and the last example is old. Now, let's use them in sentences. For the first sentence, she is beautiful. Beautiful describes the subject she. Second sentence is I have a small car. Small describes the noun car. The third sentence says the house is expensive. Expensive gives more information about the house. And finally, my grandfather is old. Old describes grandfather. So, adjectives makes our sentences more specific because they tell us what someone or something is like. Now, let's continue to the last word class, adverb. An adverb modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Most adverbs answer the question how an action happens. Let's look at the examples. The first example is carefully, the second example is politely, the third example is quickly, and the last example is peacefully. Now let's see them in sentences. The first sentence is she carries the turtle carefully. Carefully tells us how she carries the turtle. The second sentence says he greets us politely. Politely explains how he greets us. Moving on to the third sentence, the rabbit runs quickly. Quickly tells us how the rabbit runs. Finally, he prays peacefully. Peacefully tells us how he prays. So, adverbs usually give us extra information about an action. And yep, before we move to the exercises, let's review what we have learned today. A noun names a person, place, thing, or idea. A verb shows an action or a state. An adjective describes a noun. And an adverb explains how an action happens. If you remember these four functions, identifying word classes will become much easier. Okay, let's review. What is the word class of teacher? It's a noun. What is the word class of beautiful? It's an adjective. What about study? It's a verb. And the last one, what is carefully? It's an adverb. Yay, you got this, guys. And now let's practice together. Please look at the first sentence. The clever boy runs quickly. Take a few seconds to identify the word classes. Okay, let's check the answers together. So, boy is the noun. Clever is the adjective because it describes the boy. Runs is the verb. And quickly is the adverb because it explains how the boy runs. Yay, great job! Next, let's continue with the second question. The little girl sings beautifully. Can you identify the word classes? Let's check. Little is the adjective. Girl is the noun. Sings is the verb. And beautifully is the adverb. Excellent! Now let's move on to the third exercise. Our new teacher explained grammar clearly. Let's identify them together. Explain is the verb. Clearly is the adverb because it explains how the teacher explains grammar. New is the adjective because it describes the teacher. And teacher is the noun. Very good. Next one, we need to find the noun. Which one is the noun? Is it beautiful, run, 11, or quickly? The answer is 11. Yay, no. Which one is a verb? Is it apple, beautiful, swim, or school? The answer is swim. Yay, let's find an adjective now. Is it a book, quickly, jump, or happy? The answer is happy. Okay, for the last question, which one is an adverb? Is it carefully, teacher, tall, or swim? The answer is carefully. Yay, guys! Congratulations to everyone who answered correctly. I hope this presentation helps you understand word classes better and makes it easier for you to identify them in English sentences. Thank you so much for your attention and have a wonderful day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.